This episode you wasn't feeling it?
I was not feeling this episode at all.
This episode, I mean, I feel like it went back really fast. It was really.
It was.
Yeah, I don't know. It stuff happened.
It felt like a filler.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are back with another episode of the Challenge All Stars 3. This is episode 7. Like we were saying, like last episode was the bomb. This episode, not so much. It was very, like we said, very much a filler episode, kind of. Things happened, but I feel like it wasn't really memorable things. So yeah. So I think
it was a lot of, like I said, like it was a lot of filler, and then it was just like I didn't like the way people was playing. I didn't like the editing. I didn't like the decisions and like the reasons behind the decisions. It was just a lot of side eye this whole episode, and I just did not.
It felt like a fucking episode of DBZ where there's no goddamn fighting at all.
Episode of what?
Damn Dragon Balls.
Oh,
it just felt like one of those damn anime episodes where nothing happens. There's no action. There's no fighting. It's just a bunch of talking and a bunch of sitting around waiting for something interesting to happen, and it never comes. And then the episode over, you're just like, well, I just wasted my time.
When this episode starts, we're coming back from elimination. We see Janae around the house. She seems kind of sad because MJ is gone. So Naya also mentions within this episode that maybe now is the time to maybe take a shot at the treehouse as well. And
all that too.
This is right after MJ and Sylvia have been eliminated. So we have 2 people down, their number ones.
First of all, thank God we can close this book on Brad and MJ. Thank God we can close that. I've never been so happy for a storyline to end in my life. There was no context. Like there's no MJ was going in every elimination anyway, so it didn't matter. They were gonna call him out, or whoever didn't vote him in directly, he was gonna get called out anyway. The conversation between Ronnie and Kellyanne was like a half-hearted attempt to like, should I go against the numbers that's been protecting me since the very fucking beginning and side with the losers, or do I just stay with what I got going? Yeah. Like that conversation was so pointless. There was nothing that came of that. So it was just like a waste of time.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like at that point, Kellyanne's just trying to, get it, like find some lifeline, somebody that can help her within the game. And Ronnie is at the very bottom of that treehouse alliance.
She had people. That's the part to me that doesn't make sense. It's like the treehouse ain't just magically show up. These niggas been working together since day one.
Yeah.
And when Kellyanne said that, she's like, "Oh, the treehouse is working together." I was like, "Yes."
Where have you been for the last 6 episodes, bro? Like they've been together. They literally noted that on the first episode because they literally pointed out all of them lived together, and then Derek was magically in it because he had to live with 6 other women.
But yeah, that conversation, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have attempted that because at this point, it's clear lines drawn. But if you're going to attempt that, I think Ronnie was the person to do it with. It didn't work out, obviously, but I could see how it would benefit Ronnie as well because, if you come over to my side, it'll be more, I don't know, but I can see how it can help.
I mean, it would make sense. It's like, it's only Kellyanne and Naya, and then Kellyanne's asking for Ronnie, so it's like, okay, well, it's 3 of us, and then it's only them 2, and then it's Janae still in the middle. But if Ronnie was to go with Kellyanne and Naya, and then you go and vote Veronica or Kayla into elimination, what does that do for Ronnie? All they're gonna do is just call her out. And now she got to go in elimination twice.
It was a trivia challenge, and the way they have this challenge set up is that it's on a 3 strikes and then you're out system.
You mentioned that it was time for us to get rid of the treehouse, but their actions through this whole challenge did not Do
They
not
didn't
display
do,
them.
yeah, they didn't do anything. I was like, okay, Naya, so you got to hold the truth, right? You have to say something, and then don't say. And I was like, girl, come on now. If you got the idea, let's do it.
Like it was literally 3 against 3. Y'all could have like, if y'all was smart enough, and then the way the sabotage played out, like there was no way that the treehouse should have still won. But
Yeah, it's because, like I said, them three are playing as individuals. The treehouse is playing as like we got the same goal. So we know Kellyanne first. So we know this person second. So they just be putting it on anybody. So with this challenge, Kellyanne and Brad have the sabotages, and Brad decides, because everybody else is like pretty much cool with him, he's gonna just give it to himself.
What an idiot. What an idiot.
stupid.
I mean,
Scared.
yeah,
That's
I
not how you
guess at
play
this
the
point,
game.
but like you said, so many people are his friends that it's not so much a risky move as if he had more enemies. So maybe, I don't know, and he don't want to piss nobody off at this point. So MJ's not there anymore to give the sabotage, so he gives it to himself. And then Kellyanne decides to give it to Veronica. I'm assuming because Veronica has played the challenge, like been in the most challenges that's there. So
Yeah.
she might, and if they do actual history of the challenge, like trivia, she'll know more. So I'm assuming that's why she gave it to Veronica, because she says like Veronica has been here the longest. Didn't she say something like that?
I don't know, but either way, it wasn't a smart move. She should have given it to Kayla.
Yeah, but I think, yeah. I mean, it didn't matter.
It really.
Sabotage, yeah.
I mean, she gave it to the right person. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
No, because she still didn't like do anything with it. Like, if you gonna give it to like Veronica still could have won or whatever. Well,
they would have got the sabotage and the other people would have played together, Veronica could have been out. They were like, but the way they were playing made the sabotage.
but also, and they probably may not know this ahead of time, but also the order of which they answered the questions would have.
Oh yeah,
because they had Johnny, Kellyanne, and Naya all got their questions right, Veronica would have been out before she even got a goddamn question.
Yeah, like I said, the way they played this game, regardless, was like stupid. Like they didn't think
the trivia games aren't the way they do trivia. It's not like they think too much with their friends.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're not going to upset. They don't want to upset their friends. First and foremost, it's just trivia, bro. Like it's okay to throw an X on somebody. It's trivia. You only got so many people you can throw it on.
Yeah. But like you mentioned, with the trivia game, if you get it right, you get to put an X on anybody. But if you get it wrong, then that X goes to you. 3 X's, you're out. When there's I feel like this game should have been more like it should have been 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. You know, like I don't know how to describe what I'm saying, but like not double up on the last person. I feel like
they normally they've been doing that for a minute now.
Yeah,
they've been doing that since Free Agents. That's when it started, when they'll go down the line and then they'll stay at the same person at the end and then work their way back.
I think it should go back or be like, I don't know if this is...
If you're at the end, essentially you're fucked. That's basically what they're saying. If you're at the end, you're fucked. You got to get 2 in a row, no matter what. And it's like it's almost unfair to be at the end, because it's like, while you go first, that's fine. But if you're at the very end of the line, you have 2 things to worry about. You have to worry about people throwing X's on you before you even get there, before you even get a question. And then if you get to the end and you get a question, you have to get 2 in a row just to be safe. And that's not even a guarantee you're going to win, because it still has to go all the way back down the line and then come back again.
Questions were, I think they were pretty even questions for everybody.
The questions are the same as they've always been. They asked them the same type of questions all the time. Like they asked them something about sports, or they asked them something about somebody famous. Like it's always just random general trivia. Anything you would ask at a random.
Well, I feel like it used to be more challenge based.
Yeah,
they kind of got I think they kind of got away from that.
Yeah, it used to be
it's more like they know all the answers.
They don't know.
I was not surprised when Veronica won. I'll say
Yeah, I wasn't surprised when Veronica
I was not surprised when she won.
when she won. Yeah. Yeah, she
I'm not
did-
surprised, but I feel like it shouldn't have been as easy as it's been. It shouldn't have been as easy as it was. Like I feel like again, going back to Kellyanne, when he asked what's the fastest land animal, and she said tiger.
You know what?
That's
But that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like they
right,
ask them so
tiger?
many easy questions, and then they be having brain farts up there. Like
then it's only her and Kayla, and then Veronica ends up winning. But Ronnie's, as she gets kicked out, she's like, "Oh, I see where I stand. Yeah, you should have been saw where you stand."
but
That's
it's
how I don't be
like,
understanding.
but it's like, why is Ronnie even upset? Because, and I guess maybe because she hasn't watched the show, but Kayla and Veronica have done a challenge together.
Mhm.
So like they're going to probably work together because they've done this before. They've
Yeah.
done
even
Dirty
if they
30 together.
didn't, even if
So
they
they
didn't
think-
work together before, like, have you not seen what's been going on this whole season? Like, I'm pretty sure Kayla, Veronica, and
Honestly,
Sylvia
had Sylvia
was
been there,
filmed together doing scenes together.
it
So
would've
it's like,
been
I know
different.
you've seen them like huddled up, and you weren't a part of their group meeting. So it's like, why are you surprised? I'm
'Cause
surprised that
she's-
you're surprised.
dumb. Like
Also,
that's
when
what
it's
I'm
only
saying.
3 people, and I only have to choose between one or the other, it's kind of, even if you all are both my best friends.
Why
have to pick
exactly? What
somebody.
you getting offended? Like, why are you getting offended? Like, I
Yeah.
don't. You are closer to losing than she is. Why not let me make it fair between the both of us, and then you just sit this one out. At least you.
No, I
ain't
think at
gonna-
that point it was 1-1.
they was
I
both
think,
the same.
yeah, I think they were both the same, and then Veronica
had
threw it
to.
on her, and then Ronnie got herself out. I think,
Well,
or like Ronnie got herself
Well,
out.
that's
and
her
Veronica
fault.
took
Then
it
she
out.
should have got the goddamn question right. That ain't
But
her
yeah,
fault.
but
But I think at that point, it's only 2 people to choose from. If I would have chose you, would Kayla have said, I see where I stand type of thing? So, I mean, I do agree she's
Yeah.
at the bottom of their alliance, but she could have easily not been at the bottom, and I still would have been 50-50 up. You know what I mean?
I'm pissing off only one person at a time.
The men,
It was great.
yeah.
It was great. Derek. My
Yeah.
favorite.
This trivia, nobody was really excelling, including Derek. I think at the end of the men's round, he just happened to get lucky
Nah,
that-
I don't know what the
that
fuck.
Mark
he
didn't know it
into,
as well. Because he didn't,
TJ
Derek didn't know as much as anybody else. More
TJ
than
told this
anybody
nigga to name the Kardashian kids. This nigga said Blue Ivy.
yeah, when he
walked
said that, I
away
was
from
like,
television.
wow.
I had never been so disappointed in my life.
I was
He
like,
said-
so all black kids look alike? Like,
I said, bro, that's not a good look. That you said that. It was, and I watched with subtitles. So when I saw it wasn't, I heard it, but when I read that it said Blue Ivy, I had to walk away from the TV. I was like, okay, you know what?
most of the trivia questions I knew. I would have done pretty good on this trivia. Almost all of them.
We don't normally get to see Derek in positions of power, and Derek don't know how to make a decision if Johnny Bananas isn't there. So now we get to, that. I'm just being real. If Kenny, Evan, and Johnny are not there, you don't really see Derek making decisions for himself. He just do whatever the fuck anybody tells him to do, and that's what he goes with.
So when they're in authority, he's basically asking Veronica, what should we do? And Veronica, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like,
I feel like Veronica was persuaded because of the conversation she had with Kellyanne a little bit, and her and
Yeah.
Kellyanne kind of, even though I don't think it's a solid let's work together type of deal, it was a, I'm gonna try not to come for you as much, and for the foreseeable future.
It was kind of smart because it's almost like, I throw you a bone and you don't vote. You don't call me in, I don't throw you in.
Yeah.
It's like we're moving day to day because I don't know if I'm gonna win the next challenge and this agreement's not gonna matter, or if I show you I can honor something, I give you my word. If you can give me your word back, then we know what type of relationship we got in this game going forward. So
yeah, I think it was a pretty good move on her part because of the women competitors that are left. Kellyanne has a really good shot of winning the next competition or whatever.
Kellyanne has a great shot.
Yeah, so I would be like looking towards the future, which I think.
And to your point, Naya also had just gone into elimination, and she had already won. So 9 times out of 10, she's gonna call out Ronnie or Kayla. So to protect her, I think going with Janae seemed to be the more logical option in that moment.
Veronica and Derek decide to put in Janae and Jordan for the elimination, which I feel like I already knew it was gonna be Jordan for a second. I thought he might say West's name.
Yeah.
I thought he might. It seemed like that was an option,
I
but
feel like he should have said West.
He should
Like
he should have said West. The smartest move would have been to say West. However, it really wouldn't have mattered because Derek was being smart. So for Derek's game, he wanted to make sure his number one had the best shot of winning.
okay, so we get the elimination. Jordan, TJ asks Jordan who he wants to call down with him, and he says, he gives a speech about like gods and legends and stuff. And then I can't remember the speech exactly, but basically he's like he want to go against the legend, and so he's gonna call out the Godfather. But yeah, so Jordan says I'm gonna call out the Godfather, basically kind of like we both legends type of deal. And so Mark is like he doesn't seem too mad. He seems prepared. And then Janae goes and she decides to call Ronnie. And I mean, I'm trying to look at her options and see if I would have immediately called her Ronnie, it would have been between Ronnie and Naya. But like I told you, I feel like she leans more towards that other side of the house and not the treehouse side.
I would have called out Kayla.
Huh?
I would have called out Kayla. She could have beat Kayla.
No.
She would have beat Kayla.
I think calling Kayla. No, I wouldn't have called Kayla because
Kayla, she would have beat Kayla.
Hell no, you can't call.
She would have beat anybody at that.
I feel like she would have beat. I'm not that she could not have beat Kayla, but Kayla is more of a. That's like a maybe I could beat her type of deal. I feel like Ronnie, not that Ronnie is a definite, but I feel like I could beat Ronnie more than Kayla.
I feel like Kayla is a definite too.
Kayla's not a definite.
The only person I feel like she shouldn't have called, what she couldn't call, was Veronica.
Kayla hasn't really struggled with puzzles.
But she's not faster than Janae. Every puzzle they did this season, Janae was way outperforming Kayla.
But if I can get to the puzzle before you, I give myself a shot.
But it would have been the same thing. Ronnie got to the puzzle before. Ronnie got to the puzzle before Janae, and Janae literally like that.
Well, that's just because Ronnie overstayed her welcome. She should have been sent home 4 episodes.
Stop downplaying Ronnie. Well, we're not going to do that slander.
I'm not going to take a risk unless I need to. Sending home Kayla right now is not a risk. I'm trying to go.
I'm not against sending her home. I don't want to be the one to do it.
But also, if I'm Janae, I know I can beat Kayla in the final. So why even risk going against her in elimination right now when I know I could beat her in the final? I
feel like I don't know. Y'all got very like polar opposite, like either one way or the other. I feel like they're evenly yoked to me. Like Kayla and Janae are very similar. I don't see her like doing way better than Janae or vice versa. So
I can see the reason why I say that is because I know Janae's skills. Been watching the damn girl since she was on fucking Embarrassed. She knows how to win.
But Team Janae and this Janae is two different people.
But you gotta think though, when Janae was on these challenges, Janae really either didn't have a good partner or she was on the shit end of the stick. Because
it was really her partner.
It was always her partner. She never had a good partner. The one time she got a decent partner, what happened? But I think that on a challenge level, I think that Janae is a notch above Kayla because Kayla has had multiple times to prove herself, and she hasn't. Do I think Kayla is a good competitor? Yes. But I don't think she's on the level of Janae because when it comes down time to win the big one, Kayla has not done that yet.
Consistent. Okay, so let's explain the elimination. So it was a tower, a pulley tower. I don't know how to describe it, but basically each contestant had their own tower and they had to pull a sandbag that was inside of the tower and pull it to the very top, which will knock down some puzzle pieces, and then they have to grab their puzzle pieces, run to the board and solve the puzzle, and then whoever solves the puzzle wins.
Unfair. It was something they should have accounted for. And I just don't feel like Jordan should have been in that elimination.
Yeah, I think I do believe like so this elimination. I do think that if it was something else, Jordan would have won. Like if it was last week's thing with the poll, I really think this elimination, like the luck of the draw with the eliminations are, it's a crapshoot. You don't know what you're gonna get. And so with this, I do believe that if it was elimination, Jordan couldn't got it.
No,
But
they do that shit on purpose.
Yeah, sometimes it does feel like that because I don't know. Jordan was having trouble because he had to rely heavily on only one of his hands to pull up the lever. But Jordan is innovative and he is creative, and he was like whipping it around his arm to try to pull it with his arm and his other hand. And so, but Mark was able to do it quicker. And he got his puzzles. And when Mark got his puzzles, judging from what I could see in the background, Jordan was only halfway up when Mark got his puzzles. And so when Jordan was finally able to get his puzzle, neither one of them did like super great at solving the puzzle. It wasn't like nobody was like super fast at solving that puzzle. They both had to do it a couple times. But I do believe because Mark started that puzzle way before Jordan, like I said, he was only halfway done. But when Mark started his puzzle, he was able to complete it.
He had a
more process of elimination. So yeah, Mark wins that, and I think it should have been something else to that. I don't know what it could have been, but it was too straightforward for me. But I feel like this season they tried to do the eliminations pretty quick.
I get that they didn't want. So I get the whole point of Jordan don't want his disability to be like a hindrance. I get that, and I commend him for that. But at the same time, I just feel like there's certain things like.
The shit is.
I'm not saying they should change it way, but I just feel like they should have. I don't know. I just feel like they should have done something to make it more equal. Like, there's no way. Yeah, it was just no way that was like fair for Jordan.
It was taking him twice as long to pull on the rope because, like I told Ray, like he's having to pull, wrap his arm, pull, unwrap, rewrap, pull, unwrap, rewrap, pull. And I'm like, I'm watching, I'm like, bro, this is taking Jordan twice as long. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if he had an easier way to pull, he would smoke Mark at this. But he can't because he physically cannot even pull downward with two hands.
Yeah.
And Jordan has a lot of pride. Jordan's not going to make excuses. And we understand and respect that out of him. But I will make the goddamn excuse. That shit is not fair to him. And granted, I am not the biggest Jordan fan in the world. I get Jordan has won multiple challenges. I get Jordan has competed in other things where he has to use the hand. I get it.
Okay, so with this elimination, Jordan is eliminated, Mark wins, and we see Nia is devastated by that. With the women's elimination, it was pretty much more of the same. They pulled like theirs definitely was lighter than the men. It didn't seem like they had as much trouble pulling the sandbag up. Janae and Ronnie both when they got started on the puzzle, I think it went.
Now, be real. Ronnie got smoked.
I'm saying it went easier for
Ronnie. Got smoked. Ronnie got her pieces out first, and that was good for her.
Ronnie still was laying pieces on the table by the time Janae was done.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Ronnie was getting prepped and ready to complete the puzzle, and had already had her pieces already out.
They talk about Brad knew what the puzzle was last episode. Janae knew exactly what this puzzle was when she took the pieces out that bag.
Exactly. Janae was done. While Ronnie was still like the edit didn't even have Ronnie putting in pieces. Because Janae was done so fast. And it was like, damn, she smoked the shit out of you, bro. That's scary if you see that in a final. Like, she knows tanagrams in the shape before she even does it. That's CT level scary.
And so Janae and Mark win. So Jordan and what is her name?
Ronnie.
Oh, wait,
Special
no,
quarterback. Look at that. You don't even know her name.
I do know her name. I just remember I was
I
gonna
told
say
you,
Naya.
nope,
My
you
bad.
ain't
and she's on your team.
You ain't.
I know.
Prove my point right there.
No, I love her. Sorry, Ronnie. So Jordan and Ronnie
Don't
are
apologize. Don't apologize.
Jordan and Ronnie are getting eliminated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very sad because we had in our heads we thought Jordan was going to stay longer, and he would have.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Don't let me.
Jordan's still my winner.
I told you. I told you he was not going to no final. I just feel like if we're thinking about who's gonna win the entire thing, I know for a simple fact it's not Brad. It's not. No,
I think it could be.
I can't
The
put
only
my
one I
eggs
know
in
for
that
sure
Brad
that's not
basket.
winning
I
is
would.
Mark.
I would give it
Mark?
to Wes or Mark.
Mark is
Or I
not
give it
winning
Brad.
at all.
Not winning. That's the only one you know is not winning.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say who I know is not winning, but I feel like
I know Mark's not winning. If Mark
It might
wins
gonna be an
again,
elimination next week.
That'd
Big
be great if
asterisk.
Mark wins, man. That'd be great. And then he can go join the WWE just like Miz right after he win the challenge.
Yeah.
if Mark wins, I'm calling rigged. I'm
No.
calling TJ laughing.
It's not rigged.
I'm not gonna call
It
this
is
a
rigged.
rig.
He's
I'm
signing
not gonna call this a
checks.
rig because Mark has been competing.
He's not
like,
signing the checks.
he's
Paramount
He's an
signing them
executive
checks.
producer.
Usually I would say rigged for Mark, but this season he has been in that elimination. He has been thrown in, and I'm okay. I'm okay with him winning if he does. And so that is the end of the episode. We end. So that's the end of the episode. Janae and Mark win. Janae now has what 5 stars? Because I think
Because
she
they
already
both
had
at
4.
4.
I think she already had 4, and now she got Ronnie star. So she got I think she got the most stars. She got 5.
Oh, TJ said they both got 4.
Oh,
She got 3 right now, and then she got Ronnie's. So 4.
I thought she had 4 already because she took Bev's, and I don't know.
Nope.
Okay. But yeah, so we'll see what happens next week. It looks like from the preview, there's gonna be some drama with Naya not wanting to compete. I hope she don't quit. I really hope she don't quit. But we'll see what happens. Let's get into our draft.
Savon, you are now in 3rd place.
Ah!
With 487
players. Yeah, I'm in 3rd. I might as well be. I got no players. I should be.
Your big hitter for this episode was Derek with 35. Kayla and Wes literally done nothing, and they didn't get no confessionals.
I don't even think Wes had no confessionals.
Wes had like 2 or 3 confessionals.
He had 2, 4, 6, 8. He had 4.
Barely.
So in 2nd place, we now have Gigi with 585. She has now lost Ronnie, so she is down to 3 players. Janae, Naya, and Mark. And for this episode, your big hitters was really Janae. Ronnie had the most confessionals, but her comp points gave you a -15.
Then I get some. How much I get for Mark winning?
Altogether, you got 15 points for Mark, and then you got 15 points for Mark. And then you got 10 points from Janae. And then in 1st place, still is me.
Not you adding. I'm like, that picture was not there last week. It was not there.
705 points. Unfortunately, I lost my number 1 guy, Jordan, but I still got my number 1.
You got an asterisk on your thing.
I do have the asterisk, but I have 2 strong players in Kellyanne and Brad. Who was my big hitters? I think Veronica was my biggest. Nobody gave me competition points. Honestly, it was mostly confessionals. So,
well, she gave you competition points because she won the competition.
Yeah, I mean, outside of her, everybody else gave me negatives. Literally, Brad gave me a -5. Jordan gave me -20, and then Kellyanne and Nehemiah only gave me 5. And that's just for last in the episode. So those not even real points.
Okay. But we'll see. I done came up a little bit. I've been in 3rd place this whole time. What's the amount of points to win the challenge?
I don't think we have a set amount. I think it's whatever all together. And then once we see who the winner is, that's like 100 points. And
yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's 100 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see. We still got some. You still got room to go.
But that is the end for this episode. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please stay tuned in. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And we will see you next week for episode 8. Peace.